All right, good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Focus on Liberia Online Television with me, Theo. We are downtown Monrovia, where we've come to solicit the views of Liberians about the president's decision some time ago to have suspended 3 top officials of his government. We want to know whether this is welcoming. We want to know if the president should replace those 3 top officials that were suspended. Who could be those possible replacements, or who are those best suited for the position? Let's talk to the guys bit by bit. Let's talk to the very first man here. Welcome, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
What is the name?
I'm activist McLean Render.
McLean, it's a pleasure having you. You live on the US-based Focus on Liberia Online Television. Let me ask you, I'm sure you followed the news some time ago. The president, President George Weah, suspended 3 top officials of his government following the pronouncement of sanctions that were imposed on those officials. Let me ask you first of all, what do you make of that? Do you think it's welcoming?
Thank you. Before I can elucidate, understand my talk on the length of Palestina Misa. To those come at the radical freedom fighter, brothers and sisters in the United States. Let me say to all of you, as watching this live, I'm grateful, I'm gratified, I'm satisfied, I'm jollified to be interviewed by the veteran behind here. But before we escalate on the national issues on your question, I will first want to show this to our international partners. I flagged an issue yesterday for the 54th national legislator to be audited. Most importantly, the office of Senator Abraham Dawat alone. I repeat, I scratched the issue yesterday calling for the 54th national legislator to be audited. Most importantly, Senator Abraham Dawat alone. The issues have reached across the geopolitical landscape of Liberia and continue to wallow and fertilize in the air. Today, I was simply saying to you that in fact, the guys in the diaspora need to start following McLean. If you are watching this, go on social media
McLean, let's get to the issue, please. Let's get to the issue.
Let's get to the real issue.
Thank you.
Thank you. In my press conference yesterday, I just sent my deepest thanks and appreciation to the U.S. government vis-a-vis Double M. I love the coin Double M because he is Ambassador Marco McCarthy, who is accredited to the Republic of Liberia. Mind you, when a session is being flagged on an individual, allow for that individual to go to the FOC to clear his name for on that session. But interestingly, they will look at the 3 individuals that was sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department a few days ago. In a paper-plate discussion, I will talk on one at a time. The first one I love to talk on is Nathaniel McGill. Nathaniel McGill is one of Liberia's finest sons who are desecrated Babaru County. I repeat, Nathaniel McGill is one of Liberia's finest sons who are desecrated Babaru County.
McLean,
yes?
McLean, I'm asking you to tell me whether the president's decision to have suspended the 3 top officials of his government was timely. That's one. 2, if the president should reappoint to those positions, who are those you think would be best suited to fill in the gap if the president should reappoint?
Thank you. First of all, you should understand that in fact the session is welcomeable by every Liberian. And let me say this to you. The president did the rightful thing in the interest of Liberia. I give you a flashback to what happened underneath former president Adrian Sadi. When the Sabo money case came about, you saw Adrian Sadi, they conducted an investigation committee that was head by the current deputy speaker now, Fanatic Kofa. It was Fanatic Kofa who had the Biba 1 and Biba 2 committee. You can say to me that in fact, the president at no point in time never make a rubber decision. The president did a rubber decision by suspending those 3 guys and sending them for investigation. And let me say that to you, if the president is to appoint 3 new individuals in that position, you want me to make a recommendation?
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to make a recommendation.
Let's hear you.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask the president on this TV with a respect and revolutionary salutation to him. Honorable President, we have roughly about 13 months, 16 days to election. I repeat, we have 13 months, 16 days to election, which is October 10. 13 months, 16 days to October 10. If you are to appoint any government officials in those 3 positions, I say to you, appoint people that have passion to push the agenda during the 2023 election.
Thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
Thank you.
Activist McLean Renner. Follow McLean Renner for 20 issues. Transparency and accountability must be fair all through the geopolitical lens of the Republic of Liberia.
McLean,
I salute you all.
It was a pleasure having you on this network. Thank you very kindly. While you're watching Focus on Liberia Online Television with me and Theo Williams, we're live from Monrovia. We are at the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. We've come to engage Liberians to get their own perspective on the president's decision to have suspended 3 top officials of his government following U.S. sanctions imposed on them. And if the president should appoint people to those positions, subsequently, who are those you think are best suited to fill those gaps if there is a vacancy? Let's talk to this gentleman here. Welcome, how are you? It's a pleasure having you on this network.
Thank you very much.
Tell us the name, please.
My name is Ruben Balasoko.
Welcome, Bala. You're live on Focus on Liberia Online Television. Let me get your thought on this. I'm sure you've been following quite recently. His Excellency President George Weah suspended 3 top officials of his government following the imposition of sanctions by the U.S. Treasury Department. Let me ask you first of all, what do you make of the sanction and what do you make of the president's decision to have suspended those 3 officials?
The first thing first is that we respect the United States.
All right.
Being our historical partner, we do appreciate the role of the United States government when it comes to maintenance of peace, ensuring proper stability. But I respectfully disagree on the sanction of recent from the Treasury Department on grounds that those speculation has been in the Liberian media for over 2 years.
All right.
Top show hosts, political leaders did acknowledge the population that sanction is coming up, and you will see some poor government will be sanctioned, and the United States, blah, blah, blah. So the department coming up with those accusations that is already in the perimeter of the Liberian political atmosphere, looking at a few months of presidential election, and the manner in which the sanction was published, we think that it's politically motivated.
Politically motivated.
So I'm calling on the Treasury Department,
all right,
to be courageous enough to demonstrate fairness, transparency by making public evidence. Let me tell you something. It is quite disappointing to see opposition using, quote unquote, the politically motivated sanction as a yardstick to win 2023 election. It is just a mere mirage. This quote unquote political sanction has no negative implication on the government of not being re-elected. I want to be conspicuous, categorical, and emphatically clear that President Weah must be re-elected. The government has an overwhelming evidence that cannot be underestimated. We want to discuss the quota from Ganta to Lokatobola. We want to discuss the quota from Ganta to Kokopa. And you know from Yekepa to Ganta, I slept on that road 2 days. Today, quota is there. If you look in most around every communities, LEC is planting pole, running wire, distributing meter, transformer. To some level, our communities are electrified. These are progress. So why will you come up with essential that want to, disturb our peace we're enjoying today? But we don't want to dignify that essential, because America being the lead architect of democracy, America being the custodian of democracy, due process will not be denied.
Well, let me ask you, my brother, just in case.
Must be given the due process.
Let me ask you, just in case those positions are declared vacant, who do you think would be best suited? Who are those you think would be best suited to fill in?
I don't want to go into that, because I strongly believe.
All right.
That our guys need to be given the due process.
Okay.
And so far, that America being the architect of democracy, we are held to due process. So it means that our guys will automatically come back, because all of the counts are allegations. And these allegations are being in the Liberian media. So what is strange? But let me say this. The United States Lower House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, was sanctioned by China for going to Taiwan that the Chinese referred to as provocation. Russia sanctioned 348 lawmakers of Japan. Why are you telling me about Liberia? And so the United States sanction anybody, that's the United States right, but we have to be convinced. They are paramount citizens of our country. They are government officials of our country. You cannot denigrate our government by handpicking few people of our government. Okay. So we want a due process.
Thank you. Your name again?
My name is Bala Soko, and you can refer to me as an atomic intellectual.
Thank you, Bala Soko. It was a pleasure having you.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very kindly.
Thank you.
Well, you're still watching Focus on Liberia Online Television. We are here on Carey Street, downtown Monrovia, precisely at the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions, Theo. This place is believed to be Liberia's political capital, and so we've come to solicit the views of Liberians as per the president's decision to have suspended 3 top officials of his government following the imposition of sanctions by the U.S. Treasury Department. Let's talk to this gentleman. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you very much. My name is Mohammed Kane, citizens of the Republic of Liberia. Thank you for the interview, and let me say, after the American government and that of the Liberian government on the issue of sanction, we understand that sanction is intended to restrict the behavior or the attitude of certain individuals or governments. America imposes sanctions on 3 individuals of the Liberian government. You cannot use that as a sanction being placed on the Liberian government. That is why America was clear by saying that the sanction that they are imposed is only targeting 3 individuals, or those individuals that were identified. Now, those guys, the 3 individuals who have been placed on American sanction, you know, when sanction come out and the American government says Liberia has been placed on sanction, that is America instruct for outlaw.
How do you see the sanction? Do you think it's welcoming? And what do you make of the president's decision to have suspended those 3 officials that were sanctioned?
It's welcoming. That is why I said sanction is intended to control the behaviors of certain people on the basis of corruption, on the basis of human rights violation. The decision of the sanction is welcoming, and that is why we applaud the president by even taking a decision to suspend those guys, because a crime committed under the American jurisprudence, once it is in Liberia, we refer to it as an alleged crime. Once those guys that have been placed on American sanction, America can make a due diligence by providing those evidence, and those guys be placed under the Liberian jurisprudence and be investigated. Then you will say that, yeah, those guys are criminals within Liberia. Those guys are being referred to a criminal in America, but under the Liberian jurisprudence, they are less criminals.
Let me ask you one final question. If the president should replace those 3 suspended officials, I'm saying if, who do you think would be best suited to occupy those positions?
The president, under our law, the president has his constitutional right to appoint whosoever that he deems necessary to fill in those vacancies. So it is now in the previews of the president to go for whosoever that he thinks he can go for to place in those vacancies.
Okay, your name again?
My name is Mohammed Kane, citizen of the Republic of Liberia.
Thank you, Kane.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure having you on this network. You're watching the US-based Focus on Liberia online television. My name is Theo Williams. We're live from Monrovia, to be precise, Gary Street, just before Theo. Theo is the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinions. And here you have all of the guys converging on a daily basis to interact intellectually. And so we've come today to sample the views of Liberians about the sanction and the president's decision to have suspended 3 top officials of his government. Let's talk to this other gentleman here. Welcome, how are you? Tell us the name.
Thank you very much. My name is Abu Sharif.
Welcome, Sharif. What do you make of the sanction imposed, first of all, and what do you also make of the president's decision to have suspended those 3 officials that were sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury Department?
Well, firstly, let me start by appreciating the president for taking a bold step in suspending 3 top government officials. But we are not just seeing this to be sanction just placed on the 3 guys. It should go beyond that.
All right.
The Americans should be able to prove beyond all reasonable doubt the corrupt act they're accusing these top government officials of. And that will just come down with sanction on them and they see that today they are not in government. No. The president should be able to prevail on the American government to set up an investigation to bring to book and prove to the Liberian people beyond all reasonable doubt as to where this guy came on the sanction. All right? So I see today people get in the street and march to the U.S. embassy and they say they're going to appreciate American for bringing down sanction on this government official. We are saying to them, most especially former Senator John Balu, who led a group today at the American embassy to appreciate American for bringing down sanction on these people, that it should not just stop there. It should not just be an issue of wage funding. It should not be about a particular government or a particular Liberian. It should cut across. So yeah, much that you appreciate the American for bringing sanction on the people. He was in the Liberian Senate, and the 68th concession agreement was passed under 2 met international standards. We did not see Senator Balu marching to the American to appreciate them. But today he had the cross. He must have the courage to come out to appreciate American for bringing sanction on these 3 top government officials.
So that brings me to my next question.
Okay.
If the president should appoint Liberians to occupy those positions, just in case, who are those you think will be best suited to occupy those 3 positions? Talking about the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, the head of the National Port Authority, and that of the Solicitor General of the Republic of Liberia.
Well, for me, I will caution the president not to be in haste or not to hastily appoint people in those positions.
All right.
Until the investigation can be conducted and it should see that these people are guilty of the act before making any appointment in this position. Because the issue of a sanction, what we notice or what we sense is more political. It has a political honor too. You cannot come and target few government officials that you see that making strive to push the PAPD with an honor tool and giving leverage to the quote-unquote opposition, because we see at the Senate committees, he's making some strive in the U.S. He amalgamating forces. He presented a case to look at it to say he is the guy the American trying to bring for the Liberian people. And we are saying no. To win election here, your action should be in consequence with the poor mass of the people. And you don't just run to the US, feed them with misinformation. You think when it brings down sanctions, then you think that you can come be president here, you bluffing. This is our country. You got to be in connection with the Liberian people. Your action must be reflected into the Liberian people. Your day-to-day working should be impactful on the life of the Liberian people.
Okay. Thank you very kindly. Your name again?
My name is Abu Sharif.
Thank you,
ever
Sharif.
so much.
Thank you, Sharif. Let's talk to more and more Liberians. I want to talk to some of the ladies here. I see a beautiful lady at the back there. She's talking. I hope I can get her on to just hear from her. Can you please come in, that lady? Let me talk to her. Well, let's talk to this gentleman. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Your name?
My name is Tonia Gondi.
Your name again?
Tonia Gondi.
Okay, Gondi. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm sure you've been following. What's the thought?
My thought is I want to congratulate and thank the great people of the United States of America for bringing down sanctions on this city corrupt and insensitive government official of the George Weah-led government. We don't need any investigation. We don't need any other inquiry. If you read, even the common Liberian police manual said admitted to one, admitted to all.
You don't think the sanctions should be proven beyond all reasonable doubt?
The sanctions are proven beyond reasonable doubt. Mr. Nathaniel Magay, from his own testimony in Banga Bonka, they said, we are stealing money, but we're spending the money right here. So how much more investigation do you need? Even the Liberian police manual, common law, tell you that admitted to one is admitted to all. So we don't need any more investigation. We just need further sanctions. In fact, the three are insufficient. We need to go more. The government of the people of America, the international community of the country are ill to promote sanctions on this corrupt government. This government is insensitive to the Liberian people act, to the Liberian people plan. This government is only concerned about itself. This government is only concerned, government is only concerned with building houses for themselves. They don't care about the people who put them in power. See around here, see the hunger. See the hunger on the face of the people. I want to tell the Americans they should do more. There's no more.
Let me ask you this final question, my brother. Just in case the president is to replace those officials that were suspended, what's on your mind? Who do you think, or who are those you think would be best suited to fill in whatever vacancy?
Realistically, for me, I'm a Liberian. I'm not sentimental. In my politics, I believe in Liberia. So if you should ask me, one recommendation I've been giving to the president for one position, for a person across who understand the dialect, who understand the geopolitical sense of Liberia. Okay. That person will be Honorable Land Eugene Nambe for the position of Minister of State for Foreign Affairs. He comes across and he can deliver. He can bring the face of the presidency by Land Eugene Nambe.
Freeport Managing Director, what do you think?
That the president check in favor, but they are too much corrupt in the CDC, so I don't want to recommend anybody.
The SG, Solicitor General.
I don't see anybody now.
Okay.
We check us out of the CDC.
Your name again?
My name is Tonia Gondi.
Thank you, Gondi. It was a pleasure having you on this network.
My pleasure.
Let's talk to more and more Liberians. Here comes my own friend and brother. Toga, welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much.
For the sake of our viewers, please call your phone in.
Thank you very much. Let me say thank you to your media outlet for giving me the opportunity to speak to the public. Again, the name is Ahmed Tora, a partisan and an ardent follower of the Indomitable Mary Congress for Democratic Change and in extension the Coalition for Democratic Change. I follow the conversation. And nowadays within the state, we witness the opposition reducing themselves to be a political clowns and comedians since the sanction came from the U.S. State Department. While it's true that the Weah-led administration believe in fighting corruption, and that's the reason why you see the president take action by suspending those three officials. And let me use the media platform to appreciate President Weah, the common people president, the force of the people, the face of the majority of the Liberians. Let me appreciate him for taking a decision. He was very fast-sighted to take that decision to suspend those three officials. But mind you, we should be cognizant of the fact that the sanction emanating from the U.S. government is politically motivated. For me, I see it is politically motivated, and we should be very We should be very technical.
Who do you think is behind the sanction?
Who do I think is behind the sanction?
Because you said it's politically motivated.
Yeah, but now within a state, the opposition feels that locally, with the people, with the relationship of the people, in Barcelona, we have the majority.
All right.
So they feel that they can fight the real government up there. So that's the reason why they made. But we just few months ago, the information leaked up to the public that the opposition was using $180,000 United States dollars to lobby against the real administration. The real administration is a massive driven administration. And we want to say to the public here that moving towards 2023 general presidential elections, our party remain focused. We are focusing on our strategies, our planning, our workings, and we are reaching out to our people. We are focusing on the numerous development, the infrastructure development that the CDC-led administration is undertaking. Mind you just waited the local county, the general local county election. You saw how Ambassador Baka was hugely whipped. The candidate he produced, he went down on campaign, but he was hugely whipped because sons and daughters from local country that was appointed by Ambassador Weah. You saw their involvement with the local country, the huge development they carry, their involvement with the people, the relationship of the people. The local country people came out and said, no, we carry Ambassador Weah candidate. Ambassador Weah endorsed Councilor Joseph Pastor. It was an open secret that the CBC supported the independent candidate that won.
Toga, finally, Toga, if the president should appoint Liberians to those positions, I'm saying if, who do you think, who are those who will be best suited to occupy those 3 positions, just in case?
I want to admonish the president to be very technical, because if you're talking about appointment, it comes with huge responsibility. And currently, as we speak, I want to admonish the president to not be hasty in your decision.
Right.
Then you wait. Then you craft an independent body to work along with the American government to produce the evidence, because they just come over last sanctions. These were numerous allegations against those 3 officials. And mind you, Minister McGay having to be one of the most influential government official within the state.
Thank you.
Now he is the former winning chairman of the CDC. So their target is, for me, it is an open secret that their target was Minister Magay, because they feel that Minister Magay was very close to the former people president.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Let's talk to this lone female. She's always here. She's always here at Theo. Today I'm privileged to have her live on our camera. Welcome. How are you? Tell us the name.
Okay, my name is Fatimata Kamara.
Miss Kamara, how are you today?
For life, I thank God.
All right. You always here at Theo. Let me know first of all, let me know from you, why are you always here?
I'm here to gain consciousness.
You're here to gain consciousness. All right. So let's get to the issue now. You've been following. We're talking about the sanction. First of all, let me ask you, what do you make of the sanction imposed on those 3 officials of government, and also the president's decision to have suspended those 3 officials following the imposition of the sanction by the U.S. Treasury Department? What's the take on it?
Why you say the president suspension? The president suspension, so it is made around. You see, the country, I will not be nobody. You said for the session, right? That bro, and we need more sessions in the country, more sessions. Because in the Magay sees, that makes stealing public money for himself. Right now, as I speak, my girl mother died. He spent $1 million. $1 million. When mother great. Because me and I said, son of one, no word you ever say. The country is very, very hard. Every day they're stealing and looting for themselves and their family. They said they're buying houses. They're from the CBSI, new CBSI. We are acquiring a phone. They're American to station, but every person we have to be station. Impossible. He must be station. Because people say person we are going to go to a hat. You won't believe it, they go to a hat. When you keep it criminals, terrorists, gangsters, in between. When you are spelled to come for him. Wow, I can just say, boy, you won't go there, wow. You get me pass. But person we are saying, get free situation. Yeah, spending the same get free situation. There's a mess. Now we're going to free situation, let's take it back. Because in the country, we're suffering. I say them when I'm here, we're suffering. We're the students, we're suffering. The police don't have the justice. mysterious death. What they pay the police? So I want to mysterious death. I want to speak. Weah, and my partner 7 years old lady was raped. If the police will get lost justice, mysterious death when we go up on the wall. But on for the reality, we have blood 26. We want to be there. We'll be aware. The president Weah is a celebrity who was in leadership. I know what I'm forcing them in there. They don't want the leadership. They may suffer all the students, suffer all the Liberians who suffering. We tired. But the Bible book that 2023, we were sweeping Weah out.
Is that why you're holding the broom in your hand?
Yes, we're sweeping out. We were sweeping Weah out. But the Weah is corrupt. We want people to know it's corrupt because he said he's corrupt. They are calling the people. They want very marijuana. When you go, I'm begging when I'm ready for me. You think not going. When you force it, it's not for you. You're not going to test it off. So I came out too, but we dying. We die with hunger. We suffering. We got who get no sense. Not who have sense. Not scared of them. I'm going to be one. We said, I'm talking to the India. They'll be wanting me. Let me tell me now, they'll be wanting me. I'm still on my life. I'm about that. When I say, if I die, I swear I'm going to go to tomorrow. That was suffering. Liberians, we don't count ourselves. President Weah is not a good leader. He don't have the leadership. And we're making a wanted president. We're making a wanted president. I will sweep it out. Me, Fatimata, I will sweep it out. And I'm making it a clear way.
Okay, Fatimata, thank you so much.
Yeah. Why? I'm a question.
Thank you. Well, thank you very kindly. One of those females always here at Theo, tough talking. Today I managed to have her on camera. Well, let's talk to this brother. Welcome. How are you, my brother?
Thank you very much.
Your name?
I'm Melvin Slow, Ambitious Louis. I'm the Executive Director of the Consortium of the Liberia Pursuing Organizations in Liberia.
Well, we've been following. Let's get your take on the subject on our discussion.
Yeah, thank you. I've been following the issue relative to the sanction. The first thing why I must simply say is that sanction is an international protocol that can be imposed on people where there is wrongdoing based on allegation or should there be fatalities. So considering the American sanctions, for me, as the Executive Director of the Consortium of Liberia Pursuing Organization, I envisage the sanction as a scare tactics. I want to repeat it. I envisage the sanction as a scare tactics.
Scare tactics for whom?
Against the seat of the presidency.
All right.
America yourself know very well that this president is a great man working with the invitation given to go to the U.S. to discuss responsible issues. They will not allow this great man to go there like that, so they want to scare him to create a state of confusion in a gullible society. A society that you will wake up and say the man rape, the Liberian man will say the man rape. A society you say the man steal, they say the man steal, like they have said Mange steal, which I do not believe, like they have said that Petra store, which I do not believe, that they have said that Ferino Sipa is corrupt, which I do not believe. They have unleashed the scare tactic and state of confusion within the Liberian populace as President Weah gear up to go to the U.S. So what we want to say, President Weah is safely going to the U.S. We hope that President Weah can go to the U.S. so that he can have some responsible discussion with the U.S. government.
Okay.
We know that Biden will not give Weah even more than 25 minutes. But he has interest. As we draw closer to the election, and we believe that President Weah has a secure 12 years rule. This president cannot be unseated. President Biden, on behalf of the American people, President Biden, on behalf of the American people, have an interest in the Bali Island. President Biden, on behalf of the American people, has an interest in the Lofa Mountain. President Biden has an interest in King George. President Biden wants to be aware of our resourceful area. So they have created a scare tactic in the Liberian populace to lie on our nationalistic and patriotic leaders. And we want to say simply when President Weah go there, should they have responsible conversations? Should they have responsible conversations when President Weah will return to the motherland And we hope to see the outcome upon the return of President George Manneh Weah from the U.S. And I want to say that tell you that when President Weah returned, all of the allegations against Mr. Mangel, Mr. Sifas, and Betwawe will not be put against them. Because if you understand the clear manifestation of the proper agenda for prosperity and development, as per a working when they are recent high were executed in Kenya, then is the way the proper agenda was executed. At the time as per the fourth pillar of the PAPD, state actors must take resources of the people as per program, policy, projects, and strategies. They say a wrong thing that Mr. Mangel did to provide housing units for the people. They say a wrong thing that Betwawe has to provide some better society as the people across the country, and the American government will alert that they are stolen. We wait to see President Weah safely going to America in December.
Your name again?
I'm Ambassador Melvin Star Ambitious Doer. I'm the Executive Director of the Consulting with Liberia Consulting Organization Incorporated.
Thank you, Toy. It's been a pleasure having you on this network.
Thank you.
And of course, you stay watching Focus on Liberia Online Television with me, Theo Williams. Well, we've come to speak to Liberians about the subject under discussion today, folks. Focus on Liberia is an independent media online network. We are independent. We provide a platform for each and every Liberian, whether you are a member of the ruling establishment, whether you are a member of the opposition bloc, no matter who you are, where you're from, we are under obligation to educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia, folks. So we have no sides politically. We are an independent media outlet. Let me take this gentleman here. Welcome. How are you?
Fine.
You don't seem to be a happy man.
I will not always be happy.
Why are you not happy?
I will not always be happy on the basis of the country I found myself.
First of all, tell me your name.
I'm Alfred Momokanaka Ikoma.
Who are you?
This country is bleeding with blood. The country is bleeding with a virus that is even more than Ebola and Corona.
What do you mean?
If you have people like men like Obon, we are sitting at the highest seat who have desecrated the entire country, the executive mansion, to the point where you cannot even get access to $10, $5, $20, $50 anymore. To the point where when you say you go to the hospital, you can't even get access to a certain the country is bleeding. So I will not always be happy when the entire citizen race are hungry. Hungry to the extent that they can't afford a cup of rice.
What do you make of the sanction? And what do you make of the president's decision to have suspended those 3 officials who were sanctioned?
No, the issue of suspension, you know, Opon is dishonest. He's the most dishonest Liberian I ever find in the country.
Dishonest?
He's very dishonest. That Commonwealth suspension is that way for suspension. Mangel is still playing with the official vehicle that is assigned to him. As I speak, Mangel is still using government vehicle.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
What's the reliance to that?
I just...
Have you seen it?
Few hours ago, even yesterday I saw Mangel with my own eyes. Serena Silver, all these guys. So it's just a Commonwealth suspension. In fact, Opon is coerced to do that. Thing that he's putting the American people. He's not putting the American people because the Americans are aware that Opon will not take action against those guys, so he's only trying to hide behind the curtain that he's fighting, you're suspended. But they are not being suspended. They are not being suspended. So, with respect to sanction, this is my position. This is my position, and I'm maintaining my position. I am calling on the American government. I am calling on the American government immediately to impose sanctions on Opon and his family at large. All those that are connected to Opon, they all should be sanctioned because if they are not sanctioned, our resources are taken away from them. Look, see what is happening. Opon wife, Weah, she's taking billions of dollars to her home. Billions of dollars she's taking from her.
I don't want us to delve into allegations.
That's an allegation.
I don't want us to speak to that. Let us not delve into allegations because you don't have any evidence to substantiate that.
We can prove it in the court of law. There is no competent court of law.
Let's talk about the subject under discussion, please.
So, we are saying Opponents should be sanctioned, and all officials of government should also be sanctioned. All officials, not one.
Let me ask you finally, if the president should replace those who were suspended, who do you think, or who are those you think would be best suited to occupy those positions, just in case?
They got some credible and sincere people in the country. But Opo said don't love sincere people. So there is no way you're going to replace them with good people. He's a viral. He's a viral sitting at the highest seat. There is no way you replace them with good people. There are good people here.
Lastly, Croman, I see you holding a broom. What does that signify?
This broom is an instrument. This broom is an instrument used to clean the entire country of Liberia from bad governance, from corruption, from security. They are killing our people. Every day they come out Liberia, including upon they kill people. So they will use the broom to wipe them out from power, and come 2023, we can rest assured upon will be living the executive mansion.
Thank you.
Peacefully.
Thank you. Well, we want to leave it at this point, folks. It's been a wonderful time having all of the comrades on camera this wonderful, cool evening in Monrovia. And so somebody was asking for your number. Just read out your number, please.
0775 80622 0775 80622
All right, thank you. Well, she's the lone female here at Theo. She's always here engaging into heated intellectual debates. Well, folks, it's been a wonderful time. Like I told you, thanks to our hard-working CEO, Mr. Dennis Jah, who is in Atlanta, Georgia, the U.S. Thanks to Head of Operations, Anthony C.A. And on behalf of the team, my name is Theo Williams, bidding you farewell from downtown Monrovia, Carriage Street to be precise, at Theo. Have a great day.